I went looking the other day just out of curiosity to see how many homes were available in DFW under about $400,000 that were brand new. The number of homes, but what was even more surprising was who holds the volume. 1 in 4 of every new home under $400,000 in DFW is sold by these two builders. And so if you just look at it from the outside, you might think, hey, if I'm looking for an affordable home in DFW and I really want new construction, I'm really stuck, and these are my only two options. I want to kind of give you some stats and show you, hey, that you might have some other options out there, and you don't have to settle for one of these two options that feel like they are just absolutely everywhere at every turn. And there are other things out there. So I was looking the other day out of curiosity just to see how many homes from builders were listed under $400,000 in DFW. Now, I just, basically we went Sherman to Waxahachie and then Greenville to like Aledo. So that's kind of our spread on the DFW map. We set it to where it's only single family, like non-town homes, nothing like that. And I pulled the stats and I was kind of surprised by what I saw. So for reference, before I give you the number, most builders get somewhere between 60 to 70% of their inventory on the MLS. So there's stuff that they have that never makes it to MLS, and there's strategic reasons for them as to why they do that. So I started looking at this and then pulling apart the numbers because I wanted to see who had the biggest percentages of the pie and how it played out with what we see here in the DFW market, right? So what I found was interesting, and I want to share it with you. So I've got who has the biggest share, and then I want to kind of, we can make it our way through this. I want to talk about why that is, but then I want to give you some other alternatives as to, hey, maybe you don't have to potentially settle and use these two builders. So here's the numbers as they add up. So when I pulled this off the MLS, at the time of recording, there was about 2,476 new homes under $400,000 here in DFW. So let me say that again, 2,476. So we'll just, for a round number, we'll call that 2,500 homes, give or take, right? And then I just started looking at basically going through and seeing all the different builders that we know of or do business with and just seeing who has the biggest share, or who has the biggest percentage of this pie. And again, this is just what was listed. This is not like, there's probably, when we see stuff like that, there's actually probably more because we don't know all the things that they have listed. And these are homes at various stages, right? So these could be homes that are complete and move-in ready. These could be homes that are ready in 6 months, but it's interesting just to see who carries the biggest portion of the market. So 2,400, and in the lead, probably for no surprise to any of you, if you've been around DFW or you are coming to DFW, you've probably seen this builder. In the lead with 358 homes listed was DR Horton. So under 400, 358 homes listed on our MLS here in DFW, or 14.5% roughly of that big 2,400 number. The second one that I saw that had the next biggest, and they were down by about 100, was Lennar at 256. So, or 10.3%. So the two of those builders combined make up 25% of the market of homes under $400,000, which is why so many people see them and they're like, man, this might be my only option. I don't know where else to turn or what else to look for. And how do we even begin to get into a home? Because they're like, what do we do with this? Here's what I'll tell you. I think you have other options to look at, because my challenge with this is, as we see these builders just build massive amounts of homes, what begins to lack is the quality. Are they going to be able to get to the lowest price? Yes. Are they going to be able to do really good incentives? Yes, because of just the mass amount of quantity that they do. But it's probably going to suffer on the quality a little bit. So those were two of the two big ones. So that is 25% of the market. The next biggest one is a growing one in our market. They have been around for the last several years and they continue to expand. That is Trophy Signature with about 187 or 7% of the market. Meritage is just behind them at 176 at 7.1. LGI was at 169 at 6.8. And then everything below that falls to about a below 3% of market share here in DFW. But a couple things you have to understand, like, you look at the Syntexes and the Pultes and all, like, that's one singular company, right? So like, even though they're lower, they have a little bit more market share as you combine them together, because Pulte owns Syntex, right? Trophy is Green Brick. They own all of the Green Brick partners, which is actually, one of the probably the third largest builder now in DFW. So you start looking at these numbers and you're seeing all these things. But again, Horton at 14.5%, Lennar at 10%, Trophy at almost 8%, and Meritage at just over 7% of the market share in DFW. And so here's kind of my thoughts on what these numbers actually point out and what they might mean for you if you're looking here in the DFW market. This is a volume game for a lot of builders, right? We know nationally, Horton is going to sell somewhere between 10 and 25,000 homes a year. Lennar is going to do the same thing. You don't push this number by being slow and getting every detail right? And this is not me saying you should buy from them. If you've seen any of my other content, you know about my really strong feelings about some of these builders. But again, today is not about me bashing this. It's just their business model. And obviously for some reason, it has worked for them in the market. They're putting up these homes and they're churning out homes really, really quickly, which means they can do low pricing and they can do interest rate buy downs, and then they can cut things that they think need to be cut, and stop finishing out garages or removing garage door openers or all these different things, right? So I would say you're going to get what you pay for with one of those builders. Personally, we don't do a lot of business with them. And my job, if you choose to work with me and my team as an agent to represent you, our job is to give you the best perspective that we can so that you can find the home that fits for you. So are these big builders going to continue to carry market share? Yeah, probably so. What's the long-term viability of it? I mean, it's just going to continue to happen. They have dominated the market for years and they will continue to do so long as they continue to buy up land and continue to churn out neighborhoods and monopolize all of the neighborhoods that they're putting in. I want to give you another option. Actually, I want to give you like 7 other options that you might consider if you're looking in this price point, whether you're here in DFW trying to find something that works for you and your family, or you're saying, hey, we're coming to DFW because of a job or opportunities or whatever. I want to give you something that might help you in this avenue. I will say, as we looked at the whole of DFW, the biggest concentration of where we found homes kind of at this price point on the east side between probably 380 and Highway 20. So that gives you areas like Lavon, Nevada, Josephine, Royse City, Forney, Kaufman, Terrell, that whole corridor, right? Even, Princeton, parts of McKinney, Farmersville, that whole corridor is where we saw the biggest amount of supply in DFW for this style of home and this price point, right? So if I would say, hey, I'm not going to send you to the big giants, where would I send you? I want to show you, because I think it's super important for me to walk you through this as somebody who spends all of my time in new home sales. This is what our team does. If we haven't met before, my name is Zach. This is our team. This is what we do. We help people like you buy new construction homes here in DFW, whether you're building from the ground up or you're looking for the quickest inventory possible because you need to get in before school starts, or got a job getting you in. Whatever the case may be, we're here to help. So I want to give you a couple different options on where we might go, and I want to show you why I like a couple of these. So let me share my screen with you. Let's go right here. So I've got 7 options to show you today. This first one, and again, these are all builders who have inventory standing under $400,000 for you, if this is where you're looking. This first one is one that we haven't talked a lot about on this channel, but I think we're going to continue to talk more about them as they grow and expand their footprint here in the DFW market. They are really, really big down south in kind of the Houston area, and they are quickly expanding here in DFW, and they're trying to, combat in this affordability space, this first-time home buyer space. So if this is you, this would be a great one to take a look at. So this is Century Communities, and I've just kind of pulled up all of their inventory. And again, I've got it set to sort under 405, right? Just kind of taking a look, and you can kind of see we've got a good expanse of things across the map. We have Caddo, we have Royse City, we have some stuff down here in Forney. You could go south, potentially get them into like a place like Red Oak. You could go way south into like Johnson County, Burleson, Cleburne, Alvarado. Lots of things going on. And if you need to be north, you're going to have to go way north with them, and you're going to be in Anna. But one of the ones that caught my attention as I was looking through some of their stuff was actually down here in Forney, in Overland Grove. So this is a community on the south side of Forney, kind of in between 80 and 20. But Overland Grove, beautiful neighborhood. They just opened a couple new models, I believe, and they've been building this neighborhood for a long time. So as I was looking, I was just kind of looking to see Amber Grove, so 290. We've got homes there, but let's just, they're showing this. Let's click in and see what we could find in Overland Grove. Okay, look at this. We've got a 4-bed, 3-bath, 3-car garage listed already at $397, and it says it qualifies for their purple tag home, which means they probably have some really good incentives on this particular home. So finding a 3-car garage home under $400 is few and far between. So seeing this is pretty incredible. Let's see if we can find a floor plan. We got our big open area. Can I see? There it is, floor plan. So 1, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms, dining room, great room, primary suite at the back. And then again, that 3rd car garage under 400 would be a great option. So Century's got a few things here. So we saw one, I want to go back because I saw a Royse City option. It looked like it said under 300. So we might even, let's see, can we go back over here? Yep, under 300. So this neighborhood might give you, even if you wanted to go even further, let's just go and see. And we love this right here. Look at that. No mud, no pit. I know so many of you, people always ask, like, Zach, we got to get away from these taxes because that's really what's messing us up. No mud, no pit on this neighborhood. Let's take a look and see 290. Again, you're getting 1805, 3-bed, 2.5 bath, 2-car garage. 299 was 327, 310, 312. So this is not just one home under 400. This is several in a neighborhood that might be a consideration for you if you're looking. So Century should be on your radar as a builder, again, under that $400,000 price point. As a new builder for us, we're learning more about them, but I think they're going to continue to grow and expand rapidly here in DFW as they have in Houston. This would be one that I would consider taking a look at. Number 2 that we found would be Historymaker Homes. They are actually based in Fort Worth. So this is another Texas-based builder. You're gonna kind of see a trend in some of the things that we like and that we like to show people. A little bit on the smaller side, but still putting out a ton of inventory in a couple different spaces. So sorted on theirs, we've got it under 400. We've got a good map. Let's see, let's look. I can get it to work right. Let's go north. Hillside Village. We've got, so if you needed to get into Salina, so a little bit over where we want to be, 435, 439. And again, not to say that they won't come down on something like that. They might consider it. Can we see if we can lower our price range? Let's keep going. Oh, too far. 383, 401, 678. Let's do that. We've got Keeneland, which is kind of the Pilot Point, Aubrey area. So look at this. We've got a 3-bed, 2-bath, 2,200 square feet, 379, 392, 394. This would be a builder to take a look at. So Historymaker, in my opinion, does a really good job of maximizing the space and square footage in exchange for some of the finish out, right? So if you're like, hey, we can do our own floors and we're eventually going to upgrade the cabinets and we want nicer fixtures and things like that, and we don't want to spend that money, but we want to maximize the amount of our square footage for the price. Historymaker to me is where I would look for something like that, because I think they do a really good job of maximizing that square footage space. I want to see if I can show you in reference to that, like what we're talking about. So we've got, let's set our filter again, square footage space. Let's go back down to 400, 403. I want move-in ready, and let's go done. And I want to see a list. Let's see. And we're going to sort by square footage. So 2,500 square feet at 394, 2,400 square feet at 399. So this is kind of what I'm talking about with Historymaker. Their goal is to maximize the square footage that they give you. You're like, maybe, you know what, Zach, I don't like any of these. Let's keep going. Impression is another one that has shown up recently on our list. They were founded in DFW, I think in 2009. So they are local, built here. We've got options with them, you know, Cleburne, Aubrey, Melissa. Look at that. You're getting into Melissa, one of the top rated growing school districts in DFW, 312, 1,400 square feet, 3-bed, 2-bath. Melissa, Waxahachie, 2,400 square feet. This one's a little, okay, 499. So we've crossed our threshold. We need to go back down. Zach, 374, 379, 302, 357. Again, move-in ready. And if you wanted to build, there are options with them to build as well. So we are three deep on these. Now, if you're not sure what you can actually afford, and you need to look at your mortgage calculator. We built a tool just for you. I want to show it to you really quick, like on our mortgage calculator. It's in the link in the description, and you can say, hey, you know what? I just need to go browse. I need to kind of figure out what our payment might look like. I saw so many people that had calculators that couldn't account for all the new construction stuff. So you know what? We tried to build it, and hopefully it works just for you. So I want to show that to you really quick, and then we'll get back into what we're doing. All right. Mortgage calculator really quick. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because you can, play with this as a resource for yourself, but it's real simple. You go and you put your purchase price in, you're going to put your down payment in, you're going to figure out, hey, what is our down payment? What are we looking at on an interest rate? Really cool thing about this is we worked really hard to try and get the property tax calculator in here. So taxes and insurance, and then mud and PID rates as best as we could, because we know so many new construction neighborhoods deal with these rate buy downs, builder credits, all of those things, super free to use. Again, all I'm asking for, go check it out and then let me know as we continue to build stuff like this if it's helpful. If it's not, tell me. I want to make it better, and I want to make stuff like this for you. So mortgage calculator there. So we went through, we said, hey, we got Century, we've got Historymaker, we've got Impression. Let's get into another builder. We have Pacesetter. I've talked a lot about them before. We built with them probably it's almost 6 years ago now. And we had a great experience. We've had a ton of people buy from them. A little bit of a smaller builder. They're going to build probably 300 to 400 homes this year. So good option there. But taking a look at them again, another 3-car garage option. This is Royse City. This is their brand new neighborhood, Clearview Ranch. So if you're wanting to be kind of in the Royse City area, you've got this 3-bed, 2-bath, 2,400 square feet, 389. Look at this one, 2,800 square feet, 4-bed, 3.5 bath, 2-story. And it looks like, if you can kind of look at this picture, it's on a corner lot. So master down, dining room, and then upstairs, 3 bedrooms plus a game room option on there. Again, $399 in Royse City. Couple different options with them. Solid quality company. They're owned by Qualico, which is Canadian, but they have a division of Pacesetters here in DFW, and they are in Austin. Told you at the start of this video, one of the other builders we were talking about that had a market share of about 7% would be Trophy. If you've seen them, probably have. They're a little bit more on the modern side. They've kind of got a very modern take to them. They build inventory only, so they don't sell anything at dirt. They will only sell it usually once it gets past a frame stage. They usually have a ton of inventory. So if you wanted something like this, you could, go and take a look through their stuff. They're all over DFW, and they are quickly and rapidly expanding. So we've got some stuff in Lavon, Aubrey, let's see, Gunter, Lavon. Let's load some more. Farmersville, McKinney. Oh, look at that. There's a McKinney one right there. So if you wanted to be in McKinney schools, 4-bed, 3-bath, 2,100 square feet, 342 in Southridge. So just up to the north of 380. Forney, Forney. So you see, I'm kind of been showing you, like, it's a lot of stuff concentrated on that east side of DFW. Sigville, but I would not go there. Alvarado. So if we wanted to go kind of to the southwest, Alvarado, McKinney, Aledo, being in Aledo, 4-bed, 3-bath, just over it at 425. So we're going to kind of stop going over our number. 324, 328. Trophy has tons of options here in DFW. Again, if you're looking for a little bit more of a modern styling of a home, great on energy efficiency. So Trophy and Meritage are both you're going to see them a lot in the same neighborhoods. So they kind of partner and do a lot of things together. So you'll see the two of them together, both very similar, both usually do really good with their incentives because they have so much standing inventory. They can just kind of be straightforward with how they price and how they incentivize deals for you. And if you're curious about that, you can let me know. We can, sit down and have a conversation with them. I would love to assist you in that if you have any questions. So always go and look at these last two that I'm going to show you. Always pop up on my radar. One, because they're local to Texas. They've been here for a long time. B, because I think their quality is realistically and truthfully second to none. And if I can find something with them, I always like to try and take a look at them. And if you've been around my stuff, we're going to take a look really quick at Perry and, of course, at Highland. So just looking if we can ever find them under 400 and it fits where you want to be and it fits the budget and the location, I would kind of start and take a look here with them. Because again, not all of this stuff makes it on MLS. So this is why you kind of need an agent that understands where to find all of these things. So Perry, couple options. We've got Avondale, which is Fate. So this is Rockwall Schools, a little bit of a smaller lot. So this has no mud, no pit. I think it's like a 1.5% tax rate. Don't quote me on that, but it's pretty close. So a little bit smaller. Again, Rockwall Schools over here, Meraki. This is a brand new neighborhood in Forney. So this is being developed by the same people who did like this stuff like Windsong and all of that. This is going to be an incredible neighborhood. Not a lot of people living here yet. Let's take a look at this one just to see. So you could be one of the first people to live in this brand new neighborhood as it gets built out. So 2646, so it's 1,900 square feet, 1-bed, 4-bed, 3-bath, 2-car garage, home. Take a look. Let's see what we got. So we got 4 bedrooms, kind of one on the front. This one gets its own bathroom, shared bathroom here, family room, 17 by 15 family room, and then of course your master bedroom at the rear. So Meraki could be an option. Another one in Meraki. So 3 homes with Perry under that $400,000 price point that are currently listed as move-in ready. If we go and look and we say, hey, you know what? I want to see something under construction. We could probably add a few more options. So we got some Devonshire in there, Meraki, and yeah. So I will tell you, as you move into the Perrys and the Highlands of the world, you're not going to see a ton of inventory from them at this price point. As we move upwards north of 4 to 500, 600, that's where you're going to see them really start shining. We will do them in another video. But if we can find them at this price point, I think they are an incredible value for the price if it works for you location. So Perry, we've done them. Now let's go look and see just kind of what Highland has under that 400 price point. If you're looking up north, you've got a couple options. It looks like in Sherman, looks like Heritage Ranch, so $399, 4-bed, 3-bath, 1-story, a Calo plan. This is one of their new plans. $369, $399 in Sherman. We've got Gateway Village at $399, so 2,100 square foot. In Van Alstyne, you've got this one in Mantua, which is right across from the new Van Alstyne High School. $398, 3-bed, 2-bath, 1-story, 1,500 square feet, a little bit smaller of a lot. But again, you're not going to find them under 400 in the Prosper, Frisco, Salina, McKinney area. Realistically, it's these couple up to the north and then a handful kind of down along the east side. So kind of from 30 to basically 175 right here. So this one, let's just see. This is Creekshaw, a couple options in this neighborhood. So this is right behind Buc-ee's, just off the highway, Highway 30, close access to that, close to Royse City High School. 404. So this one easily comes down under 400. 2666 or 2,300 square feet, 4-bed, 3-bath, 2-car garage. Or we've got a 375 4-bed, 3-bath, 1-story, 1,800. This neighborhood, Waterscape, they've got one left. This is a closeout neighborhood for them. So if you're seeing this quickly after this video is posted, you might be able to get a steal of a deal on a home right here. This was actually the model floor plan, 4-bed, 3-bath, 2-car. It's a great floor plan, 2267 plans. This is one of my favorites. You get the 2 bedrooms separate, the 4th bedroom, the study, and then this big vaulted living room. Can I show you photos of the living room? Yeah, you can kind of see it there. So like it's got this big vaulted living room, and then the kitchen is kind of offset over there. So 388 on that one, as that neighborhood is on closeout. And then of course, Meraki, which is their new neighborhood. They've got several product lines in here. They've got all the way up to I think 70-foot lots, but these are some of their smaller lot plans. So 384, 375. We talked about that with Perry. And if you're looking to be kind of in the Mesquite, Heartland area, so Talia, 369, and Heartland, which is kind of the Crandall, Forney edge, 389, 296, 1,500 square feet. So a Highland under 300, that does not come up often. Those would be, again, you're not going to see them a ton. You're going to see more inventory with some of the other builders in that, under 400 price point, but there's still quality out there. So I don't want you to feel like you're stuck and limited with just like, oh, I have to select this one, this Lennar, this DR Horton, because I feel like that's all that's there. Let us help you find something that might be a better fit that, would work for you and your family. If you have questions, you can comment down below, or you can email us, text us. We're here to help. I do want to tell you, if you're not ready, like if you're just like, Zach, I want to browse on my own. We are working with a new team, a team called New Home Buddy. You can find a link to this in the description as well if you just want to browse. Now, I will tell you, not all the builders in DFW have gotten their inventory on here. We need more to get there, and to kind of get there, we need critical mass. So, right, you can click on this link and you can start searching. And here's the really cool thing with them is like, hey, you know what? We can go in and we can search all kinds of different options, right? So I can set it by price, I can set it by tax rate, I can set it by availability, by builder. And if they have a home in here, you can go in and kind of look and search. And again, new tool for you. It's free to use. So that link is in the description as well. We're going to do these at a couple of different price points. So if you're curious, maybe we didn't hit, we're going to go above 400 after this, but if you're looking in that under 400 sweet spot for you, couple of different options, several options for you to take a look at. I want you to find the home that makes the most sense for you and your family. And if you have any questions, please reach out to us. We would be honored to help you. But go check out those tools and let me know what questions you have. We'll see you guys in our next video.